Hi everyone, my name is Alex Hine, and I am so excited to talk just a little bit today about kids' health and our children and the next generation and their mental well-being. And this is something that is very near and dear to my heart and a topic I'm very passionate about because I am a single mama to a beautiful 4-year-old daughter, Scarlett. And she's really one of the main reasons I fell in love with the Amare mission and the Amare innovative science of the gut brain axis, because I don't know if there's any other parents out there that can relate, but I felt like I was doing all the right things, yet nothing was truly working. Who has been there? And you just feel at a loss. And not only was it amazing for myself to get better and mentally well, so that then because kids feel and sense everything, that she could be better in a better environment, but also that I could have some tools to help her really cope with what she was going through and the health conditions that she had. And so before I even dive into our mental wellness kids line, I really kind of want to just touch on a couple key things that a lot of parents maybe experience or are going through, or how do I know what my kids going through, and if this could be something for them. That's kind of the first step that I wanted to touch. So I've been talking to a lot of parents. This has been just such a natural conversation because everybody has fast-paced, busy lives. Their kids are getting carted around to everything. If a life circumstance happens, as much as we try to hide it, your kid senses it and goes through it too, right? And so one of the main things that we talk about within adults is either having some kind of mood condition, depression, brain fog, unfocus, anxiety, anxiousness, and gut issues, right? It's kind of like a hot conversation of things that we are leading, but a lot of people aren't talking about. When kids say it, so an adult may say, I'm feeling anxious, right? Kids don't say that. They're not on the way to school and they're saying, hey mom, my anxiety is really bad today, right? They are either showing it in different ways of behavior or communication. And what we were sensing with my daughter is that she was a lot of times saying, my tummy hurts, my tummy hurts. And a lot of times on the way to school, that's something, sometimes it's actually true, and other times it's actually, hey, I have anxiety. I'm feeling really anxious. I'm tense. I'm nervous. It's a new school. It's a new environment, whatever it is, right? That's kind of their stress, their anxiety. I've talked to many parents whose kids actually vomit a lot in those situations. It's not even a warning sometimes. It's just that it just is a buildup and it's on instinct. When they're anxious, they can vomit. And then there's also those on the reverse end that maybe have constipation or diarrhea or a lot of autoimmune issues or gut issues, and they just don't know how to communicate it. And so it gets communicated out with a lot of unfocused attention. It might be temper tantrums. It might be they are seeking almost attention and grabby and loud, and so that's their way to cope and communicate because they can't understand what they're even feeling inside, if that makes sense. And so for us, and a little bit of our story, and maybe you can relate, or maybe you know somebody who has kiddos and is struggling, is my daughter was experiencing a lot of anxiety and high stress within our situation, and she was coping in other ways. Ever since she was born, she always, sometimes sensory, kids tend to go to sensory objects, so tags or blankies, or different feelings of things, and she always twirled her hair. And that was a coping mechanism for her. So even when she was born and had no hair, she would twirl her hair. And it actually got to the point then when it was trying to grow, it would break and her hair was falling out. Her skin has always been super sensitive since the first hour she was born. And so she has eczema, which is an autoimmune condition. And from that then, when her little immune system was so shot with high stress or anxiousness and her little gut wasn't in repair, her eczema would break out in bloody patches, and it was then also affecting behavioral patterns. So different kind of focus and potty training. We're at that 2-year mark, and potty training was really a struggle. And she's always been a high-spirited kid, and so I never wanted to dim her spirit or her light. But I also knew that we needed new coping mechanisms, and we needed to repair what was going on because there wasn't a communication. And we had tried everything. We had done the bath salts, the oils, the creams, every kind of lotion. And then she actually would get anxiety from putting different creams, lotions, oils on because some would burn. So she wouldn't want me to touch her then. It's a whole cycle, right? It ends up just being a whole ripple effect. And so when this science came and this Amare mission came to us, it excited me not only for myself, but also for my daughter when they had this kids line come out. And so I just wanted to share really quick the things that we give our Scarlett, and a lot of other parents are now giving their kids. This is actually a whole kids pack. We have 3 kids products. And if you can relate to anything your kids are going through, here's the 3 main things this whole pack is going to cover. It's going to promote an immune system efficiency, so really jumpstart their immune system because your whole immune system is stored in the gut. It's going to reduce stress hormones, and it's going to provide comprehensive mental wellness nutrition. So not just a nutrition side from like a standard over-the-counter multivitamin, but again, how we're different is the mental wellness company. So we're going to provide that mental wellness nutrition as well. And so this whole pack supports full mind and body nutrition for growing kids and teens. It helps with that stress resilience and building the body's nutrition to have that in a growing body for kids and teens, that immune system, concentration, attention, and it's going to improve mental alertness. It's going to normalize neurotransmitter activity. So that's your serotonin and your dopamine, which is your feel-good communicators, your feel-good neurotransmitters that's going to connect and provide that sense of stress resilience. Reduce stress hormones and inflammation and support memory. And so this pack has 3 products in it. Again, here's what it's going to help with at the top. And just like we've been covering the gut brain science, and Dr. Michelle has really dug into that gut brain health, and Dr. Andrea has, it is the same thing within our kids line. So just like the fundamentals for the adults, feeding 1 product for the gut, 1 for the brain, and 1 for the communication, which is your access and your immune system, we have a kids fundamentals as well. Now, when I got Scarlett on this, she was at that point of behind her knees was these bloody patches of eczema, and we were just about to go on an Amare trip to Mexico, and I was so nervous because of the salt water with the ocean and the pools, and I wanted her to enjoy everything and everyone. That was in November, and our kids line came out in September, so she had a month and a half on it. And just from the kids' fundamentals and getting her access, her immune system primed, her autoimmune and her gut really, really in repair mode, she had that clear up in a month and a half, you guys, when we had tried everything else. That's it all in a powder, the kids' fundamentals is, and it tastes just like a fruit punch. So amazing. It supports the entire gut brain axis. Then we have a really, really amazing Kids Vita GBX, and so that's our kids multivitamin. Just like the Vita GBX is the adult multivitamin, contains over 50 vitamins, minerals, amino acids, phytonutrients that's essential for everyday wellness. It helps with the immune function, and then it also has that gut brain axis formula in it and patent in it, so it's going to help with the mental alertness as well. Bone health, calcium, magnesium, zinc, vitamin D. And it has 2 chewable tablets. So this one's a chewable tablet. The last one that I just am in love with is our kids' mood product. This has really been the extra step within Scarlett, her friends, or a lot of other families that we service, this has really been a cutting edge next step product for alertness, attentiveness, that stress resilience and building that, helping to have a calm body and brain, and that mental focus along with building up your immune system, because with a strong immune system, you can have a strong mental well-being. This is in a powder as well, and it's in a little, Scarlett calls them her teas, because they're like a mini energy tea packet, and it's a pixie stick form. So we will either have that and mix it with the powder and the fundamentals, and it's our morning juice, or she'll just kind of take the pixie stick to school along on our drive. That's kind of just like our habit. And this product has been fabulous for starting preschool. Again, not dimming the spirit, but bringing in focus and alertness, because we can all use that, right? So again, just like the adult mood, which is kind of a two-part product, Dr. Sean always says, the first part is you'll experience that calmness within the first 30 minutes that you take it. So it's fast acting. But then over time, it actually builds up this stress resilience, because stress is good. It is good to actually have a stress resilience and have stress and life situations happen to us, because stress can either build us or break us. And I really truly believe that we need to teach that to our next generation, because a lot of times they end up just breaking and not coping, and that's not going to be realistic. That's not reality, right? Things happen in life, and it's how you react to them. It's how you respond versus that reaction. And so I love to teach my daughter that not only can we feed our bodies and our brains and our communicative system what it needs, but then we can also take a look back and add in learning behaviorals too. So we love breathing together, whether it's holding hands or it's separate or it's a hug and we take a breath together. And I may say one thing I love about Scarlett, and she may say one thing she loves about me. Or we may need to get out and get some fresh air. We may need to experience nature and look at our surroundings and go for a 15-minute walk if we need a break from playtime, a situation, friends. And we may need to say something that we're grateful for and experience gratitude within our kids and that generation too, right? That some things don't go how we planned, or sometimes life can happen, and we can always still in that moment though find something we're grateful for, right? Because we don't want it to break us. We want it to build us and who we are, and build that stress resilience. And so I am so grateful for these tools in our toolbox for the next generation. I know so many families that just felt at a loss because they don't know where to go to. And if they have put their kids on some anxiety meds or had some behavioral and learning and coaching, this has just been such a missing link in addition to those tools that they already have. And we've just seen so many phenomenal results. So I hope this helps. This is only our story. There are so many wonderful kid stories, Amare kid stories, and let us know if you have any questions. This sheet that I just shared is on the website in the resources tab, and it is called the Kids Pack product info page, the Kids Pack PIP. Again, I hope this helps. Have a great day.